and has done a great job of really fitting in this sophomore who's done a good job for this team.
Well, it gives us pleasure to introduce our next guest. It's SEC championship time. He's been coming on us for 10, 12, 15 years.
Longer than 19 years.
19 years he's been coming on us. It's the National Football Foundation College Football Hall of Fame coach, formerly at Georgia, Jim Donnan. Coach, Rock and Minuch with you again. How are you?
How you doing, Coach?
Doing good. Glad to be with you guys.
How you been? Doing things good? You healthy? Everything going good? And family?
Yeah. Hey, I'm in the fourth quarter, but I'm hanging. I'm not doing okay. Still playing a little tennis and keeping going pretty good. So I know you guys are excited about getting in the Big 12. What's the name of that conference you're going in? Arizona and Arizona State. What is it now?
That'd be the Big 12.
Big 12, yeah.
Big 12, Coach.
Watch out.
They're going to come to big boy ball now, Coach. I tell these folks out here in Arizona.
Dan Minucci was in that league a long time ago. So it's good. Congratulations, Arizona. Great year, that's for sure. And I think Arizona State's got a good young coach. So both of them will do well in that conference.
Coach, speaking of coaches, Saban versus Kirby. This is a great matchup of head coaches. And, do they even get along anymore because of this rivalry between them two?
Yeah, they've got a good situation as far as equal respect for each other. Nick gave Kirby a shot, and Kirby was a big part of their success, winning 4 national championships there at Alabama when he was the defensive coordinator, when they really didn't have that great offense. But obviously they don't call each other every day and all that, but there's a mutual respect. And you got to look at the success that Nick's had over his career, and then what Kirby's been able to do. 3 straight years, 12-0, is just unparalleled around here. And really, I think the last time we lost was when we were talking about this game 3 years ago. 2 years ago. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, and I'm looking forward to talking about it with you.
Coach, and what has been that change? How has this program, that being Georgia, been able to do what you just said over those last several years? What was it? Was it better recruiting? Was it the coaching, combination of all the above? You guys closed that gap on Bama and pretty much have taken the rule of the roost, if you will. Anything in particular really kind of stemmed that forward several years ago?
Yeah. I think just a couple of things. Real commitment from the athletic department and the school on facilities. They've had tremendous facility enhancement, new building for football, new indoor training field, and a new locker room at the stadium of about $163 million worth of improvements. A really good staff. They pay the guys a lot of money, and they've had good retention. Lost 5 guys that have gotten head jobs, but among which Dan Lanning you'll see tonight, the head coach of Oregon. But overall, I just think what you hit on the first is just really good recruiting. I mean, they've been right in the top 3 every year, and they've done a good job of developing players, as evidenced by the number of guys they put in the draft. But what's even more overwhelming to me, in the last 2 years, we've lost 59 players, 24 in the draft and 25 through the portal, and we've still won every game. So that says a lot about the coaching too.
Coach Jim Donnan joining us here, Rock and Minuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Coach, this has been somewhat of a dynasty as of late for Georgia and the Bulldogs. Where, if there is a weakness, where is it?
I think this team is not as dominant as maybe the defensive team in 2021 or the offensive team in 2022. But it's just been a resilient team, Rock, a team that could overcome some major injuries. We've had big-time players that we're going to have 3 guys probably drafted in the first round, all of which have missed multiple games this year. Bullard, the safety, Bowers, the tight end, and the big right tackle, Mims. But whoever's been called on to step on, I know it's kind of hunky-dory. Everybody says, well, next man up. But they have been able to. And I think the league in itself is not quite as tough top to bottom as it's been. But against the really good teams, we've dominated. We beat, a really good Tennessee team up there. We beat Mississippi very handily. And Kentucky when we played them was okay, but we were supposed to play Oklahoma, but because they're joining the league this next year, they canceled that. So our strength of schedule isn't quite as good as it has been.
Coach, we were talking about your junior quarterback, Carson Beck, how well he's played, and watching him several times. This kid has really grown as far as confidence. He made a couple tough throws, a couple I call ballsy throws, if you will, but 3,500 yards, 22 touchdown passes, and Coach, only 6 picks? I mean, hell, I couldn't do that versus air back in the day, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know. You're pretty good at getting the parking lot, but I don't know in the games. But, I think it's really a testimony to him sticking around and waiting his turn. And, this is his 4th year, and he's had a chance to develop against a really good defense. The second team quarterback's always going against the first team defense, and he's gone against some really good DBs and pro pass rushers. I didn't think he would be as efficient as he is. I knew he had a big arm. I didn't know that he would be able to handle the ins and outs of game management and checking plays and all that. But I mean, really, he's had a spectacular year when you look at all the ability to work with different receivers. Like I mentioned, we had some guys out, and I didn't even mention our number 1 receiver, Lad McConkey, who's up for several awards, mostly leadership awards around the country. He'll be honored at the Hall of Fame Tuesday night. So he's missed 7 games, and he was our top wide receiver coming back. And I know the people out there don't want to hear us poo-pooing anything. Hey, we're going to be pretty much close to full strength tomorrow, and Alabama will be too. They're missing their running back. But let me tell you something. You talk about a quarterback that's a human rocket now. This Milroe kid for the Roll Tide team, this guy can break the line of scrimmage and show you his tail lights really quickly. Yeah. He's a very big physical kid. He looks a lot like Anthony Richardson, who got drafted last year. And he throws the deep ball really, really well. He has a little trouble on the intermediate routes because of his touch, but we're going to have to contain him and keep him in the pocket and make him throw the ball because if he gets outside the pocket, he's really dangerous. And then they got 2 edge rushers that really create havoc, but we got 2 outstanding tackles. I look for that matchup to be part of who's successful if we can contain their 2 rushers, because we really have done a good job not giving up many sacks. But the thing I like best about Beck is he throws a lot of rhythm passes. Mm-hmm. He gets rid of the ball quick. He knows where to go with it. And I think we'll have a good shot at attacking their safeties and their nickel defense tomorrow. Their corners are outstanding, though.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Coach, thanks for breaking it down for us, man. We always appreciate you. Glad you're doing well. And we'll talk to you probably right before the playoff.
Yeah, hey, let's make a day for that national championship game, because I hope the Dogs will be in it. But if they're not, I'll just kind of cry through the whole show. But I can tell you, I like their chances. And I don't know what's going to happen all of a sudden if Alabama beats us, because there's going to be a lot of people really mad if the SEC team doesn't get in the championship. But if Oregon wins tonight and Texas wins, I don't know if Alabama can get in.
Wow, it's going to be fun.
Always a pleasure,
always
Coach.
Good stuff. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks for calling, guys. Thanks.
You guys, Coach Jim Donnan joining us, NFF College Football Hall of Famer, and formerly of Georgia. Still a big Bulldog fan, knows all about it. You said he goes to practice during the week, and he is courtesy today of Twin Peaks. The weekend kicks off at Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations. Of course, we've teamed up with them. You've heard us talk about it. Blue Moon, Coors Light, giving away 5 65-inch big screens. It's simple to enter. Just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, your football headquarters. It's on tap.